Hello. So I'm doing another watercolor today. I have this great picture again from my sister travels. I think it's a Tory Gate, what it's called, Japan, and it just looked really majestic and nice to me. And I want to paint it and make like a beautiful background of clouds. Yeah, let's do it. So I have the picture. I always I'm not doing it like one to one, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Did place it? I'm not gonna do the trees and the mountains and the building that we have on the side and stuff like that. No, I'm just gonna do the clouds in the back and the gate itself. Maybe I'm gonna do at the end some trees like it has in the foreground. You know, maybe like the painting requires that, and it requires a bit of detail. Yeah, I'm a bit tired today, but I decided to like take a break. I'm working on this children book for a client, and I decided to take like a break from it and try to not stare too much at the character. And I was like, I really want to do a stream today and paint. I think it's gonna be kind of like the last stream, maybe the next to last stream in this apartment because I'm moving. So let's get to it. Like we see in the picture, we need a bit of. That's a beautiful color, though. Some kind of orange, reddish, like an English red. It has this golden inlay in it. I always, I was always like surprised about how like similar, even though we can find differences, but how similar um Japanese and Chinese art is. Like for me, this one, yeah, it's Japan, but the color and the golden stuff, I don't know, it looks a bit Chinese also. So I'm gonna use my last of my yellow from here, from Echo Line that I have, and put a bit of red in it. Uh, though it, you know, when you use the color, the way you see it here inside, it feels like it's already what we need. But it gets like this actually, like it diluates in this yellow. So it needs a bit of red in it. And there we go. really bad at keeping up palette clean. I know there are some of you. What can I say? Good for you. Oh, thank you, Bogdan. Welcome, brother. Yeah, it wasn't a complicated sketch. It's a pretty simple one. Yeah, I think this is the color that we need. And then we can add more red in it for shadow. We're gonna leave space for yellow, for the golden inlays. Usually gold has some green in it. Um, at the base, if you don't have like really good light, I think. Here it doesn't have that much. Here, like the shade part, it's similar to this color that I'm using now. And this can be because of the light that's outside, you know. Maybe it was like some kind of golden hour. Golden hour changes the colors a lot. It makes them more warm. I always love it when it's golden hour outside. Everything looks so beautiful. So yeah, I think I should do like a small research because I always found corrugates really interesting, and there's a ton of them in Japan. I think they're like, especially when you go to a temple or sometimes parks. So I feel like they have a meaning besides design choice because they all have the same design. Must have like a meaning, like the a gate to um, enlightenment or something. I had this thought about listening to podcast today, and this talk about AI. It's so relevant. It's like such a relevant topic, and it's just crazier and crazier on what it can do. But yeah, I was thinking again about like in relation to art, and I realized that I don't know, maybe if it's gonna do it someday, but I feel like a lot of like art and art styles even they're discovered by making mistakes, and when you put maybe the wrong color because you're tired, or you're in a mood, or you feel like today you want to paint just with blue, and that's how art is created. It's created by mood. And I was thinking about that today, and I don't know how AI can copy that. How can, I mean, I know they can copy your work, but will eventually, copy your mood. So by copying your mood, when it starts to do a painting or a picture to render something, it can feel it. It can feel that mood. I don't know what to say. Do you think they can be capable? It can be capable of that? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So yeah, I mean that was the case with me a lot of times. Like my mood, you can really see it in my paintings. And sometimes the mistakes were amazing. Like I would be discovering great stuff just by doing a mistake, or because I just didn't have a color, I would discover another cool technique and things like that. And how can, AI make a mistake, leave it there, and recognize it can be art or it can be good? Seems like it's a system that always and always correct, tries to be better. And I know people, they try to be better, but you can get really involved in your career or your job or something. But just giving art as an example, uh, Picasso tried to get worse and worse in a way to draw like a child. So it wasn't skill based. So if it's not skill based, how can I skill? It's all it understands. Like I already made a mistake here with making this too small. you know, so it's just gonna look different. Mostly about like the big shape, and moment I'm gonna add shadows, the wood. It's a pretty simple one today. I don't think it's gonna be a long stream, but I just wanted to do something. We're gonna leave this like this, and we're gonna, correct it at the end because it's a cool shape. And let's add a bit of cloud. So with this one, the image is like the day seemed like it was really cloudy. It didn't seem like it was raining or something. They were like beautiful white clouds. And you have just a few spots of blue where the sky is. So we're gonna leave the color of the paper be the white of the cloud. Paint kind of. I'm gonna go straight out of the bottle blue, so it leaves a big impression. So we're painting the negative somehow. Do, 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 do. Hey Fruzy, what's up? And I think I'm just gonna like dilute, dilute whatever this color to give some shapes to the clouds. But for now, we're doing the back. Just some small. I mean, I can make them different a bit, you know, these spots. That they don't have to be exactly, you know, artistic freedom. I was watching uh such a long name for the movie. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yeah, that's what it is. An Ang Lee movie. I was watching it again. It's so beautiful. The image is so beautiful. Legend, you know, of Chinese fighting and doctrine, and I truly recommend it. I didn't finish it yet, but okay. So in the picture, we don't see like the sky down here, but I want to make like a big blue here, so it's gonna be more dramatic. And you know, instead of the buildings and the hill in the back, this is gonna be all clouds. So this is gonna actually be a gate to heaven. Trying to find this diagonal rhythm. I'm breaking off the shapes like that. Continue it here like this. Yeah, sometimes I do paint in acrylic, and it's interesting how I have to like switch my brain every time, paint the negatives or not. Techniques are pretty different. And we're gonna make it end here. When you see, you know, it can be a trap sometimes, because you're thinking too much, and you should like trust your instinct about what you want to paint. And usually, even, you know, there was no chance that you like that shape that caught your eye. You know, you feel it, and maybe as an artist, you already look at it and you draw it in your mind and think about how it's gonna look in the technique that you wanna render it. And I think you should trust your gut and not think about will people love this. You know, think about if you will love this. And usually it's gonna look much more interesting as a painting than the simplicity of it, you know? And you can make it really interesting. Trying, yeah, I'm more like go with my instinct that I would like to paint. Then like think about it too much if it would be interesting or not. Because I think that's what happened to art in the past decade or more. Like it's all this like almost like political and science kind of. It's all about message, and And that's interesting too. Can be a really good tool, art, I guess, to express stuff. But also can be, you know, maybe you're just trying to express your what you feel or what you admire in nature and stuff like that. Can be that also. Maybe even these clouds can look like a sea more than just clouds. Yeah, I think in a painting like this, what's important it's like also the perspective, right? So this is like a down, like a you're looking up perspective. I don't know that, but that was pretty epic, and that's why we have this diagonal. Maybe the saturation is too big now. Too better. Just playing around with shades of blue, breaking up shapes. And in some spots you can go and create some kind of sense. You know. I used to do this thing, watercolor, and I used to do abstract watercolor. Maybe I should try that on stream also. Like you're creating this, you know, flash watercolor somehow everywhere, and it creates all this contours and stuff, and then you come in and you like add more detail to the shape that the water creates, and you get this kind of detailed textures. Yeah, you can get like lost into in detailing. You don't even know what, but it's just satisfying doing it. I think the sound is okay, because then I go into the red. With my mic, you know. It's, I don't know. Can talk louder. But I don't want to talk louder. Just put your volume up, man. Alone. Just leave me alone. I'm really thinking about doing like the title being painting for sleep. Like you have all these videos now that everything is for sleep. So you can get away with this low sound voice. And yeah, why not? I would love that. I paint and you comes like this meditation type dream, painting beautiful clouds until you fall asleep. Like this, look at this whole shape. It doesn't exist in the picture. I just did it. Cool. This music just a bit louder. Uh, I'm wondering if I should leave like a big white spot here. Maybe not that big. Maybe start working like doing this kind of stuff here and just, yeah, leave it a bit. Why I'm so in love with just shades of blue to make clouds, you know. I mean, you can make dusk, you can make dawn, and you can use all these colors. Oh, satisfying to me. I love it so much. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's because somehow it's my kind of my favorite time of the day when it's like really light outside. But it doesn't have to be in the morning when everybody says, "Oh, I want to see the sunrise" or "I want to see the sundown" and whatever. No, I like it when it's just 2 in the afternoon. The white, beautiful clouds are on the sky. I think that's my favorite. There must be the reason why I'm so drawn to this. Like a metaphor for living in the present, you know, it's the middle of your life, the middle of the day. Not the end of the day, it's not the beginning of a great day, you're just living in the middle of it. And you've already done something, and there's still time to do a lot of stuff. I think that how should life should feel, you know, even if you're 70, middle of it. Never know the future. Maybe you feel like when you're 60 that you're old and maybe you're gonna die soon in 10 years, but who knows, maybe you live until you're 90, and that's almost another half that you have. You never know. Bună mama. You're my family members. Yeah, I had this bad. I was surprised when I found out he's 87 and he just started the gym. First time he's gym in his life. I mean, he didn't look really buff or something, but you know, being like, oh, I want to get in shape when you're 87. I'm like, yeah, I think I could be in better shape. I think that's amazing. Yeah. That's really something to admire, I think. But stuff like this, I love when the watercolor. Okay, let's hello dad. Do this. Oh, you're saying hello to the other hello. Okay. Mă bucur că vă uitați, sincer. Okay. Let's work 8. Should I go with like a bold red? But yeah, it would work darker layer. This is more for like drawing the shape again somehow. Because it's gonna dry pretty fast and it's not gonna stay like this, I think. It's gonna be a bit crooked. It is what it is. I have the most position here. Zooming. Stays pretty straight. Also, like, I think the reason this pops, you know, this two color pop, is because they're a basic contrast. have orange and blue. It's one of the three main complementary colors. Not contrast, it's complementary colors. They complement each other. I don't know why I say contrast. Maybe the word kind of have the same letters. Yet. Yeah, so after I do this layer, to actually this time have more contrast. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this paper like makes these spots now. It doesn't do it usually, but maybe because like I'm painting, you know, on the notebook, the page gets wet, and that goes on the paper beneath and does something to it. And yeah, when I'm, you know, painting a new painting on the paper beneath, like this thing affects it, I guess. We're gonna go bold. Red. I have no patience. Make 1,000 layers. So kind of goes against what painting should be about. So just with big brush. And at the end, we're gonna add some accents, the golden inlays. So I wanna lose a bit this shape here because it's a round shape. I'm gonna add water and create a gradient. The paper is gonna dry and gonna look better after these weird spots that it leaves. But I love this watercolor. This like the colors, they're so beautiful. They pop. So like I said, it's a pretty fast one today. I need to like put some accents, you know, where the wood connects with each other and stuff like that, and that would be it. It's just a simple, beautiful shape. Not everything has to be really complicated and have a lot of detail like the one we did. It was yesterday? No, I think it was the day before. Yeah, we did the Japanese street. It was a bit of a nightmare, but it turned out pretty well eventually. Nice, huh? All clean. Torrigate. Let me check it out. Let's do a bit of research. What does a Torrigate mean? Yeah, so I was kind of close thinking that it's a gate to heaven because it means that you're going from the normal world into the sacred world, you know, when you're going inside the temple. So it symbolizes that. So yeah, this red actually that I did it a bit orange, called the vermilion red. It can be out of stone also. It's a bit more to dry. And we're gonna add the accent soon. I'm pretty happy with the sky. I think that's it for the sky. I can use eraser, erase some line of the drawings that I have. In this corner, I don't need this shape anymore. Just erase that. You know, when you do watercolor and you paint over pencil or something, it's really easy, even through the watercolor, to erase. Not always. Like this pencil doesn't erase too fast because it's a colored pencil, so not a normal graphite pencil, but it still goes away. you can still like take away from its intensity. But there's still spots like you see here where it doesn't. But sometimes, you know, the sketch with the pencil can be really cool if you leave it in your painting. So don't worry about that too much. So what are we gonna do now? Gonna be bolder than this. And we're gonna add some black. Black or blue? If I add blue, it's gonna make like this purple. Is that gonna work? I think it might work. So let's add blue into red. Because I feel like the shape still. Make it more and more dramatic. And then we can add some type of detail at the end here, you know. Put a bit of color and then dry your brush. Like that. Just get darker. Dramatic effect. This being underneath the beams, you know, the sun doesn't get there, so it would be pretty intense, pretty dark. And these symbols here are like these small sun symbols. And we can show the shape here a bit. I guess in the end I had patience layers. And of course, like always, patience pays off. But I must learn to have it more often. Because Lord knows I don't have it. Well, Lord and my girlfriend knows how bad I am with my patience. I mean, not that I'm impatient or anything, not in a bad way, but like in a not really or. Hey Patty, how are you? Your day going? Worry about it. Even me, I don't worry if you didn't paint in a week. I had longer than a week. And I know you get like this feeling like, do I know how to do it anymore? I get it after many years of being an artist and painting. I still get the feeling after a week or after some days that like, what? Do I really know how to do it anymore? But then I just start doing it and it's there. So there's one thing that I learned about consistency, and it's not about doing it every day. It's about if you don't do it for a few days, just come back to it. And that's what makes you consistent. Because it's not like you never take breaks from what you're doing. Just don't be afraid to come back. A lot of people, they just quit, you know? They're like, oh, I haven't done it in a while. And I'm not talking about painting, like about anything. Because they think like, what, do I have to start from the beginning or whatever? It doesn't matter if you even have to start from the beginning. Just, and in the long run, you're gonna feel like you're actually consistent. I felt bad last week. I didn't do it for a few days. The stream, I mean. But I just came back to it. And it was still here. And I can still paint. And it doesn't feel like I took a break, actually. So yeah, now it pops more of the page. The Tory gate. The gate to enlightenment. I like this. love watercolor when it surprises me like that. Even this part here. Well, my job is artistic, not autistic, artistic. Sometimes I sell my paintings, yes, but I do like digital work too. Now I'm working on a children's book, but I do it digitally on my own Procreate. But yeah, like drawing, painting, you know, illustrating, that's my job, yes. It has been since I was 23 or something like that. I'm 38 now, so it's getting harder and harder. You know, I have my brother and my sister are in the field also. They're like animators and illustrators and stuff like that. And I have friends that are artists, and it's getting harder to get jobs because of the AI, you know, but it's still my job. I'm still trying to do it. It's tough though. I had days when I felt like I want to give up and do something else, you know. But it's hard to give up. I don't know. It's what I do. It's I don't know. It's my skill. And yeah, I started this streaming. I'm treating it like a job somehow. Like I'm trying to talk a lot what I'm streaming and explaining, even if I'm alone. And maybe it's gonna become like a job at some point, like my little project, you know. I'm trying to develop stuff like that in this AI world. I don't even remember what my real job was, my last real job. Uh, I think when I was 19, I went with work and travel in USA. And I had a couple of jobs like working at Puma with clothes in the back or for a couple of weeks. But that was like my last real job. And after I just had yeah, artistic projects. Yes. Freelancing. I think this one's done. I love it. Yeah. You should always be like this after you finish a painting. You're gonna be like, I love it. Next. You know? Be confident like that. It looks much prettier in reality, always. But it's pretty close now. I think I tweaked my camera to show the color better. Uh, I know this one's gonna be like a short stream, but I still have some stuff to do because I'm moving. And I have some work to do also, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. It's gonna be my shortest now. Took me almost an hour to do this. I'm glad you like it, Patty. So yes, this is it. Yeah, maybe I should sign it, but where should I sign it? I feel like I should sign it on the Tory Gate. Darker orange. I don't know. That's why I hate to sign my stuff. It's I don't know, it ruins the painting. For now. Thank you, have a good day also, and see you soon on the stream time.